I'm Christy Jordan with SouthernPlate.com. I've been doing a lot of dehydrator videos on my YouTube channel. I showed you how to make your own instant rice. I showed you how to dehydrate ground beef, dehydrate frozen vegetables, and all kinds of things to help save money and freezer space. A lot of people have caught on that I have a FoodSaver. You've seen some of the things that I've been putting up, and folks have asked me if I would do a review on it. So I'm going to explain to you how a FoodSaver works and tell you how I feel about it in this episode here. This is my FoodSaver. Now, I bought mine at Sam's Club. They sell them all over. I was very much against a FoodSaver for a long period of time. I was kind of the last holdout in my family. I felt like it was one of those things that's a waste of money and it just takes up a lot of space. And then I finally got one over, and I have been one over very big. So let me show you, I'm going to show you a few things that this FoodSaver does that you may not know it does. First of all, let me show you the basics. So if you'll just come in here a little, this is where our bags are kept. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a bag. And normally I do this for meat a lot, but I'm just using some black-eyed peas today. I needed something to demonstrate for y'all. So I cut my bag, and then here's how you make it. You're going to put it in here and just press seal. And then that's telling the bag we don't need to take the air out, we just want it to seal it a little for us. And then I'm going to put, okay, it's about done, it's about to eject it now. Okay, so now we have a seal in our bag. Now I'm just going to put my black-eyed peas in here. You know, if you're storing it for longer term use, I'm just trying to come up with an example of something to show you here. So now I'm going to put this in here, and it's going to take the air out. And now it's sealing it. It's removed all the air. And we've got those vacuum sealed. So it's great for long-term use. Now, why would you want to do this? The greatest thing that you can really save money with is doing this for meat. Because normally, if you buy meat, if you find it on sale and you want to save it long-term, you might want to freeze it. And meat usually keeps, they say, up to 6 months in the freezer. I store mine a lot longer than that. But with the FoodSaver, meat that would normally keep up to 6 months, once you have it frozen in this air-free environment, in this nice, thick, food-grade bag here, it's going to keep for 2 to 3 years. So that makes a significant difference. And that can save you a lot of money. It also takes up a lot less space in your freezer when you're using this. Now, one of the things I get the most questions about is how do I vacuum pack my jars? This is some dehydrated corn. Everybody wants to know how I do this. So, it's this particular model of FoodSaver, which I will put a link to it. It has an accessory port. I bought this for $10, and I'll put a link to this as well, the exact one I have, and it allows you to vacuum seal jars. This is a quart jar, it's a wide mouth jar. I have one for a wide mouth and one for a regular mouth. These are some strawberries that I dehydrated overnight. So all I'm going to do is stick this down on here and press accessory. You hear that little pop? Now, this is now vacuum sealed. So these dehydrated strawberries, I can store these for a very long time now. Now the trick is, you know, once you have everything stored this, and here's some other things. Also, I dehydrated this right here, just these three. This is 10 pounds of ground chuck that I cooked and dehydrated. You can see that video. So it's perfectly dry right now. Kind of tastes like, well, it kind of sounds like instant coffee. I'm going to vacuum seal those. Now the trick to keeping this the longest period of time is going to be to store it in a cool, dark place with a fairly constant temperature. So this would be great to store in your pantry closet on the top shelf, or maybe I'm going to store these in a closet I have in a guest room. But let me show you something else that this can do that you may not have realized. Yeah, how many times do you open a bag of chips? You know, your family eats only a few, and you know they're going to sit there stale. You do chip clips, whatever. Well, we don't eat a lot of chips and stuff. Every now and then we'll have tortilla chips with taco salad or something like that. And then they're going to go bad before I have taco salad again. Let me show you something neat you can do. This is a bag of chips. And if you'll come in here, I just put it in here. I let it take some of the air out. And then when I think it's taken enough of the air out, I'm just going to let it take a little bit. That'll keep it fresh. Now I'm going to just press seal. seal, and that'll stop it, and it'll start to seal that bag. This also works really well for cereal. Another thing, if you do have a dehydrator like I do, if you have some chips that start getting stale, my friend Homestead Maverick on Facebook, look at that, sealed chips. They're now sealed again. I can put this in my closet and keep that for months, and they'll be fine. See? There you go, perfect chips. But you can take these, if these start going stale, you can actually load these on your dehydrator trays and put them in the dehydrator for just a little bit, check for doneness, and they'll get crispy and fresh again. Let me show you another really cool thing that you can do with this. Now this, a lot of people, if you know what this is, you've probably wondered if you can seal it with a FoodSaver. If you don't know what this is, I'm fixing to tell you. But yes, you can seal this with a FoodSaver. This is a Mylar bag. This is something you use for longer term storage. I just put some dried beans in here, some pintos. And this is a 7 milliliter thick Mylar bag. This is the thickest Mylar bag you can get. So normally, if you were storing this for long term, you would put oxygen absorbers and then you would heat seal it with a special crimping tool. But I'm going to show you what we can do. If you'll come in here, we can actually use our FoodSaver. Alright, sealed it a little early, so I didn't want to take all the air out of that one. Sometimes it does this. But it did seal it. I did not get all the air out of that one, but I did get it a perfect seal there. Sometimes it does that, but if it ever doesn't take all the air out of it like you want, you just redo it and it does just fine. But it is a wonderful piece of equipment. This has already saved me a lot of money. I feel like I have easily made my money back from this. I like to go one day a week, usually on the first part of the week, after the big weekend meat sales and stuff, and I look for meat on clearance, and then I'll bring it home, vacuum seal it, and immediately put it in my freezer, and I know that it's good now. With this, that meat is good for 2 to 3 years. And I buy my meat as much, sometimes, less than half of the retail value. So that makes a big difference. So I do really enjoy this. There are limitless uses. If you go on a camping trip, you can vacuum seal things you don't want to get wet. A lot of times you have boat trips, canoe trips and things. This is just worth its weight in gold. I love being able to vacuum seal my jars. I love being able to keep chips fresh and stuff. But to me, the big money maker is being able to seal my meat in a way that is going to allow it to last me, more than 4 times longer than it normally would in the freezer. So, is this for you? Well, it's up to you. If you're like me, if you like to find deals and try to stock up on things in order to save money, I do think this is a great investment for you. Just like I feel like the dehydrator is a good investment for you. If you're somebody who goes to the grocery store a couple times a week and buys what you need right then, this may not be a good investment for you. But I would urge you to reconsider how you're buying groceries, because you are spending way more money than someone who shops not as often, buys in bulk, is able to buy the deals and come home and buy a lot of one thing when you find it on sale. So I really urge you to reconsider that shopping strategy. Like I said in my other videos, the price of a lot of household staples has gone up over 69% in the last 2 years alone. It's going to get a lot higher. So, we start making little things now, doing little things to save money, alter our lifestyles a little bit. We're going to feel the crunch a lot less. It won't be such a sudden shock to us later. But anyway, so I will have the links to this below this video, the links to my FoodSaver, the links to the attachments I have, so the links to the dehydrator in case anybody's interested in that. And if y'all have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. Any suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comment section, either on my YouTube channel, which is Southern Plate, or on my website, southernplate.com. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. I've enjoyed this time with you, and I hope you find this helpful. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye. I'm Christy Jordan with southernplate.com. I've been doing a lot of dehydrator videos on my YouTube channel. I showed you how to make your own instant rice. I showed you how to dehydrate ground beef, dehydrate frozen vegetables, and all kinds of things to help save money and freezer space. A lot of people have caught on that I have a FoodSaver. You've seen some of the things that I've been putting up, and folks have asked me if I would do a review on it. So I'm going to explain to you how a FoodSaver works and tell you how I feel about it in this episode here. This is my FoodSaver. Now, I bought mine at Sam's Club. They sell them all over. I was very much against a FoodSaver for a long period of time. I was kind of the last holdout in my family. I felt like it was one of those things that's a waste of money and it just takes up a lot of space. And then I finally got one over, and I have been one over very big. So let me show you, I'm going to show you a few things that this FoodSaver does that you may not know it does. First of all, let me show you the basics. So if you'll just come in here a little, this is where our bags are kept. So the first